Imagine not being able to eat, not just for a few hours or even a day, but for 2 years. That's the reality for one local teen.
19-year-old Amy Ostreicher's stomach literally exploded.
News 12 Connecticut's Courtney Kane joins us with a glance into Amy's world.
And Tom and Becky, it all started with a stomach ache that would change Amy Ostreicher's life forever.
Full of grace and gusto.
She's a little firecracker.
19-year-old Amy Ostreicher interprets life much like she does dance. She always keeps moving.
Do the planks with the row. 14 to 16 exercises in per session.
And you feel your shoulder blades crawl down towards your hips.
But there's something you should know about this vibrant teen.
She basically had a cardiac arrest. She basically collapsed.
A nightmare that began 2 years ago. It all started with a stomach ache. A blur of sirens and sadness for her entire family.
Her stomach basically, exploded.
A mad rush from Bridgeport Hospital to New York City's Columbia Presbyterian Medical Center, where her family got the worst news of their lives.
We got woken up by the chaplain who, said that she wasn't going to make it.
In my heart, I knew she wasn't going to die.
Perhaps a mother's intuition.
I remember coming into the world sort of like a baby does.
Slowly waking from a coma.
There were all these tubes and stuff on me and these doctors that came in every morning for rounds, and it was like a totally different world.
Amy's stomach and part of her intestines had been removed. Doctors say it was the result of a small blood clot that was building up pressure in her abdomen. Then, more bad news.
It's hard because she's hungry and she can't eat. That's murder for me.
Amy was told she cannot eat or drink, not a morsel, for the last 2 years.
It was very, very hard. I mean, it still is very, very hard.
Amy knew she had to find a way to deal with torturous temptations.
All good gifts around us.
And she has. Every night, it's Amy who keeps her family's home aglow.
I've always been into details.
Chocolate has become the perfect prescription for her hunger pangs.
I cope with not eating by being obsessed with it.
A sort of choco therapy that has resulted in a business of sorts, making hundreds of creations for paying customers.
There's this woman in California that every month I send her a chocolate of the month package for her grandkids. Every
night, alone with her chocolates and one dream in particular.
My first real meal, I really want Chinese food.
What's up? How are you?
I want to see forward steps, but they could be baby steps.
And now Amy's taking those steps towards that dream of being able to eat again.
What's going on now is to reconstruct her digestive system with what she has left.
After 13 operations total, Amy will soon have the ability to eat and digest food. She and her family navigate the halls of Columbia Presbyterian for one of her last checkups, a place where she nearly lost her life. She knows she'll soon begin a new life of normalcy.
She's strong, she's vital, she's going to make it, she's a fighter, and nothing will feel hard for her after this.
And some very exciting news. Amy had one of her final surgeries just last Friday and is recovering at home. She should be able to eat in just a few days. A very inspirational young girl, and of course we wish her all the best.
Oh, because what an ordeal she's been through.
Certainly.
Good luck to her. All right, thank you, Courtney.
Our next story is filed under the category amazing but true. A young Westport woman has gone without food or drink for 2 years after her stomach literally exploded. CBS 2's John Metaxas brings us this inspiring story from Mount Sinai Hospital.
After 14 operations and 2 years without food or drink, 20-year-old Amy Ostreicher came to Mount Sinai with her parents today with high hopes.
I'm really hungry. I've waited a long time.
Her goal, to get the okay to start eating from throat doctor Peek Wu. Amy's ordeal began 2 Passovers ago.
It was the second night of our Seder, and my stomach started hurting that night.
Rushed to the emergency room with what turned out to be a blood clot that had been building pressure in her abdomen. Her father says if they hadn't made it there, she would have died.
I heard that when they opened the stomach, it sort of exploded onto the roof of the operating room. It was so much pressure.
I remember being in intense pain that night, and then I remember waking up months later.
After removal of her stomach and part of her intestines, Amy spent months in a coma, but through her grit and determination, plus the help of doctors at 6 hospitals, she's made it this far. And now, the moment she'd been waiting for, Dr. Wu's verdict.
I think I can let you drink. I don't want you eating any solids for a little while yet.
A few more tears for Amy, but some consolation she's now allowed to drink fluids.
That's better than nothing, because this week was really torture.
And she'll be back to see Dr. Wu next week. While her disappointment was evident, Amy is hopeful the good news she's been waiting for will arrive in just a few more days. Outside Mount Sinai, John Metaxas, CBS 2 News.
Amy has been fed intravenously all this time, and even through her ordeal, she has remained determined to pursue her hobbies of singing and dancing. Hang in there, Amy. Hang in there.
She's very strong.
Yes, very, very strong and determined.
We wish her the best.